Welcome back, guys. It's Kids Tuning Playground here, and today we're back for another video in Scratch. And today we'll be talking about Scratch's 15th birthday, and we made a game all about it. So if you don't know, Scratch's birthday is on Monday, so in a few days. So we made this game all about that, and this game is just about decorating a cake. And thanks for the official Scratch Cat for the original project. So they made a whole entire project because of his 15th birthday. So let's just look at our game. So there's a little bit music. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but there's a little bit music. And you see right here, there's 15 candles and there's a cake. And you're supposed to customize the cake. So you can click on this button right here, and it'll change the color of the cake. Same with the frosting. And you can do that with the candles too. And we have a little Scratch Cat right here dancing, and there's the birthday. So we actually got this one from the official Scratch Cat game. So yeah, this is what we have here today. So this is the official Scratch Cat animation that they made for the 15th birthday. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. So the birthday of Scratch Cat is on May 16th, which is on Monday, so yeah. So let's just remix this project. And most of the stuff we do not need here. So like we do not need this. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this, and we don't need this. So now we're just left with these two. So, and we don't broadcast any ready, so let's just delete that. And we're gonna put this on the bottom of here. And we're going to shrink the size to 60. We're also going to change the go-to because now it's a different go-to. We're going to make it, let's do it a little bit higher because we have to put the buttons down there. So let's go to that and point in direction there. We're also going to pull out the hide here. So now we're going to change out the music. So we don't need this, we don't need this. And we're going to do this. We need that actually. We don't need this. We don't need this. So we put this over here, and instead of switching part to end, we switch it back up to end, which is this one. And we play sound this until done, and we'll delete the shadow. So now let's get the candles and the table out of the backdrop. So let's actually keep the shadow on the cat. So we can actually do that. So we have our shadow here. We just have to align it perfectly to where his feet are. Or we can just do this, yes. Just put it under his feet. Make it go back. And same with the other dance movement. So down here. And we go back. So we have a shadow for our Scratch Cat. So now let's get the table out of the backdrop and into different sprites. So we go to the backdrop. So let's get the sprite. So first we Control X. So we cut it, and then we paint a new sprite. We Control V, and it's over here. And now we just drag it, and we have to do that. Ungroup. And then click out, pull this out, and now we have our table here, and we put it over there. So we have our cake, and we have to Control X, so we cut it, and then we paint a new sprite, Control V, and we have our cake over here. So we don't need the cake here, so we're just gonna do that, and we're gonna ungroup it, and we're gonna delete that. And then we have the 15, which are the candles. So we're gonna move the 15, center it, and then we're gonna get the candles, the candle fire, because the fire doesn't look big enough. So we're gonna get a cake, and then we're gonna go to costumes, and we're gonna get this fire. We're gonna Control C, and then we're gonna go Control V. So there's a bigger fire on the candles. And then There's a little inside the fire type of thing, inside the fire thing, and we kind of missed it. This little white thing. So we have to copy that. We paste it. We bring it out. We delete the candlestick. And we get the candle fire. Control C. Drag it back into here. Delete that. Control V. Put it on the, make it larger, and then put it on the candle. And then we Control V. And we Control C this one because we enlarged it, and then we put it on the 15. So now we got our 15 candles. So now we're just gonna adjust it a little bit, and now it looks good. So what we need to do next is group it all together and drag it in the middle. So we have our cake here. We're gonna delete the fire, and we have to delete all these candles because we're not gonna use them. And we're gonna delete these one by one over here, these little extra texture for the candles. And now we're gonna get the frosting. So we're gonna ungroup all of this. We're actually gonna get the cake first because it's easier. Then we get Control C, Control X, and then we'll get the frosting from there. And then since we used Control X, we paint a new sprite and we Control V. And then our cake appears here. And we name this cake. We can name the frosting, frosting. Name this frosting. And we're going to delete cake B. So now we have our frosting and cake. We're good to go. So now I have a button, so let's drag that in. We're going to get a button here. If it's going to load. So there we have the button. So you see each of them, we have a cake, frosting, and our candles. So a background is just a white circle with the outline of black. And our frosting, we just duplicate it in, but it gets very thick. So we actually have to change the thickness of the sprinkles and the frosting. So you see over here, we Control C. We go over here, Control V, and you see it's very big compared to the circle. We shrink it. The more we shrink it, the more thicker it looks. So we're actually going to change the thickness to maybe 2. So now we have 2 thickness, and we can just drag it easily in, but we just decided to delete the dish because it looked a little bit better without the dish. So you see here, we have that done. So the frosting is a little bit more complicated. So we're going to go to the frosting. We're going to Control C, Control V into our sprite. And you see this is very big compared to the thing, just like the cake. And now we have to shrink it all the way down to this size, and the sprinkles look really thick. So this is not good. So we actually have to change the thickness. So let's change the thickness of the outline. So we're going to change that to 2. And now we have that at 2. And we just change every sprinkle. So we hold Shift, and then we can select multiple at a time. And making this, oh, I actually messed it up. Doing this makes it a little bit more easier for us to change the thickness. I'm just showing you examples, see, and now we can change all of them at once. And now they're a little bit less thick. That's how we did it for the frosting. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, and some of them are still pretty thick because we haven't changed that yet. So yeah, that's what we have for that. And now we have the candle. So we decided to use the scratch one they had for 15. So we just go click on this 15, Control C this, we Control V this, and it's just a little bit big, so we just shrink it. And yeah. So we can always decrease the thickness of these little fire pieces. And the 1. So yeah. Now from 3 we can maybe do 2 or 1. So we have that. And this. Well, I think we can keep that. We just click that. And click it again. And we switch to 2. And now we can take out the other, now we can just group all of these, or we can change these. But let's just group that. And shrink it. So that'll be our substitute 15 instead of this one. So let's delete that. And let's make it a little bit larger. And let's put it in there. Yep. And now we have our 15 for our candles. So let's get coding. So let's do the code for the buttons. So when the green flag is clicked, let's zoom in a little bit. When the green flag is clicked, it'll go to the front layer. It'll switch costume to costume 1, which is the first costume. And we'll go to this position. It'll create clone of myself. So you'll make 3 clones of the sprite. So when I start as the clone, it'll go to the front layer, because what if it goes in the back? It doesn't look good. Go to the front layer, and it'll switch costume to costume number plus 1. So it just goes up by 1 costume each time. We need the operator. Costume number plus 1. And it'll change X by 75 each time, so each costume will be separated by each other. 75. And you need if then. So if then not. So we need not. If then not equals, you need costume number equals 3. Then it'll create clone of myself. And when this sprite is clicked, if then, oh yeah, let's close this. Oopsies. If then the costume number is equal to 1, which is the cake. Costume number is equal to 1, costume number. Then it will broadcast cake color, and that'll change the cake color. So where's broadcast, make a new broadcast message, cake color. And now all we have to do is just we can duplicate this thing. And then if costume number equals 2, it's frosting color this time. So just make a new message, frosting color. And we duplicate that. And if the costume number is 3, then we can do candle color. So now we have that. So now let's just go to the table. So now let's just run the game so you can see, and you see I'm dancing, you see the buttons. So let's work on the table. So let's drag the table down here. So, and let's increase the size of the table to maybe 125. Let's actually move here. And now we have that, we just drag the cake on the table. So that's the cake. So when the green flag is clicked, it'll go to this position. And then when I receive cake color, then it will change color effect by pick random 1 to 300. So there's a lot of different colors it can choose from. And now let's see if it works. So you see the cake color is changing. So now let's just do the frosting color. So when the green flag is clicked, we have to make it go to the cake. So it's right on top of the cake. So we're go to the cake. And then when I receive, frosting color, then it'll change color effect by pick random 1 to 300. So let's see if this works. So you see, oh yeah, we also have to make it go to the front layer. So let's do that right now. Yeah, so now it's in front, and we can change both colors. So now let's do the candles. So we might have to actually make it go backward 1 layer because we want the candles to go in front, so we just put go backward 1 layer. And we have our candles here, so when the green flag is clicked, it will go to about here. Just make it go here. Go to here. And then when I receive candle color, then it will change color effect like the other ones. And we're also going to add go to front later because we always want the candles to be in front. So let's run the game. So it looks like the flame is actually changing colors, and we do not want that to happen because who wants blue flames or purple flames? So all we have to do is duplicate this 15, and then we just throw this away, and then we just delete both of these, and now we have our flames. And we can delete the flames over here. So yeah, we have that. So if the 15 appears to be behind your frosting, to just click on it and drag it a little bit and then restart it and it will be fine. So right now, let's look at our game here. Scratch Cat is dancing. It says birthday, and we have our cake and our table here. We can change the color, and we made the flame thing, so now the flame doesn't change color. And now we can make our dream cake. So yeah. So please like, share, subscribe, and comment in the comment section below if you're gonna celebrate Scratch's birthday, cause I definitely am. So yeah. Anyway, see you guys next time.